Am I what?
You are rude.
Did I just give you a Garfield salute? I believe is the official name for that.
Yeah, those nearly impossible to avoid first turn torpedoes. So let's see, we got a.
You can avoid first turn
Jeez.
torpedoes, however, it means not launching your squadrons on the first turn
Yeah,
and immediately raising a flak.
yeah. Which is,
I mean,
suppose,
you
what
can
I
stop
should have
these torpedoes
done, but
if you don't mind shredding your entire fighter wing. I wouldn't mind that.
yeah, you'd let me do that? I appreciate that.
I'd be okay with that. I'd consider that an acceptable outcome.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your offer. I mean, I'm not going to take it, but...
I saw 3 targets, and I saw 3 torpedo tubes to fire, and I thought the math worked out.
That does seem like it would work out for you pretty nicely. Alright. Well, what I did seems to have fixed the network connection. That's good.
Good.
So anyway, yeah, Orion. It's basically an adamant with more firepower, a little bit less durability, but it gets stealth. Not as fast. The Defender is... the Defender is a support slot in the campaign. Obviously, that doesn't really affect the multiplayer, but it features 4 medium guns on bottom, 6 PDCs on each broadside, a hangar, and it has a dedicated repair bay slot similar to the Gorgon's repair. Not as good as the Gorgon, but you know, considering Colonials didn't have that before at all, it's still pretty nice.
Hostile mine detected.
Hostile mine detected. Probably the map, which has some mines left over.
That's a nice little bit of free damage. Could have been a bit better if I focused on one target, I suppose, but I didn't know how quick the ships were going to be.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Oh, hey, Orions.
Yes, sir.
Throw up them weapon arcs. Nice quality of life improvements as well. They really did a very nice job with all the changes. You know, the double clicking to select multiple ships took me a little getting used to, just because I was using the double click to move around the map a lot. But now I find it's really nice. It saves me having to shift click all the ships that I want to move around and box things as much. Not that I don't box things a lot still. Oh, the Defender has 2 other unique abilities to the Colonials. It features the ability to boost another ship in the same way as the Freighter does in the Anabasis campaign, if people are familiar with that. But with the exception of the Freighter in the Anabasis campaign can only boost it for a certain amount of time before, you know, that ability runs out and it has to go back to, and the Raptor Squadron has to go back to the Freighter to recharge and then go back out. The one on the Defender doesn't do that. It can just keep powering something up, and it powers it up by 4 points on a particular subsystem. It's the equivalent to what you might get. Oh, hello. That's gonna be virus mines. You're too kind.
That is a significant complement of Vipers that you have.
Yes, it is.
One might even call it concerning.
I would hope it concerns you. You know, being honest and all.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay.
Yes, Commander.
This is a pretty big map, this one.
Is it? Aren't all the maps like the same size? I don't know.
So say we all.
Okay, I should rephrase that. The starting positions are a bit further away. There are differences in the starting positions in the different maps.
Yeah, we do start with a little more distance between each other. So it looked. Were you on the back edge of your deployment zone, or was that just how far away we start?
A lot of my kit was near the back line.
Yeah, that does help. Yes, and actually, now that I have the Orion uncloaked, we'll get a nice close look at it. So yeah, you got the 6 light guns on top, and you can't really super well see the hangar bays in here with the launch tubes, but that's where those are. And you know, they even kept those box missile launchers down the side.
Which is where munitions are launched from on the Orion, which does have a base increased munition salvo size similar to the Janus.
It's the same 25% as the Janus, like Waggle said, so it does mean that guided or AP missiles, you're getting that 5th missile out without even needing to do plus offense, which is great for PvP where you don't have an admiral boosting your subsystem or your posture ranges. Hey, come back here. I wanted to shoot that thing.
No. No shoots.
Did I not get a single hit? Wow, I'm impressed. Alright. Would really like to have some SgtZdog on where all your ships are. Though I feel like this is probably a Nemesis up above me. And I don't know, what is it? You've got more points than doing Nemesis, Medusa, Serb, Revenant. You should have more points than that.
The Waggle fleet mystery continues.
That's right. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 squadrons? Did I count that right?
More or less, maybe.
Let's see what we can find. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Something. So let's see, that would be 4 and 4 is 8. Is that an Argos way up there? That must be an Argos, I think. Oh, but you fired torpedoes at me from different directions? I didn't pay enough attention. Silly me.
Oh, I'm sure you'll figure out my fleet soon enough.
The Orions are a very cool looking ship, though. I love the little, like, command deck. Oh, hello. Alright.
Hey, how's it going?
Missiles incoming.
You sure you want to charge this?
Oh, no, I'm very sure I don't. Alright. Alright. I see how it is. Okay.
Engaging stealth mode.
It's alright. It was just some Argos or something that you was probably going to fly into, yeah? Sorry, this one's got teeth.
It does. It does indeed.
And hey, it's not often I get to use a Kratos.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Oh, a nice cluster nuke up there. That Kratos out diving Orions is weird.
Have you been diving every single turn?
I think so.
If you've been diving every single turn, you should have outdone me. I have used the jump twice, and I've dove with both of the jumps, so that may have given me a slight edge.
Yeah. Well, and I wasn't at neutral posture every time. Like, I spent some time not at neutral posture.
Got it.
Them virus mines are coming in pretty hot as well.
I did notice that.
You know, they do say that sometimes discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, but I mean, I gotta find out what you got at some point. Though at least you don't have infinite torpedoes, so I guess I could have stuck this out for a while, but
I mean, if I really want to, I can manipulate my fire control and just fire in shorter bursts. But I'd rather just hammer you with the 10 guns.
Missiles incoming.
well, and that was a very nice jump too. So.
Orion is taking damage. Got it.
The Orion stealth showing off just how hard that makes it to actually score a kill on an Orion.
On another note, have you been over the Medusa at all?
I have not ID'd the Medusa yet.
Because I assume you can see the Artipan beams.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I did recognize that. Oh hey, look, it's Medusa. Just haven't been able to get close enough to it. Yep. Someone put a Kratos in between me and it. Very rude.
So the Medusa's main ability is the Artipan ability, which is an abbreviation, which I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yes.
But it links up to Cylon ships, and it significantly increases their overclocking abilities. So anything that's hooked up to this connection has +4 to their maximum threshold for overclocking, so Cylon ships can push themselves even further than they could before. So for example, this Kratos has extended range on its guns, and it's got a pretty whopping 41% damage reduction, so it can take some hits.
Yeah.
But the clincher is, it's tied up to the Medusa, so if the Medusa loses tech bay power, or just wholesale gets destroyed, all of the ships that it's buffing will lose that support.
Yeah, those mass squadrons. Bad news for an Orion.
Nemesis unit offline.
But it did get the nuke off. Which... Was that targeting? That surely wasn't targeting solely the Orion.
Confirmed squadron target.
I do believe your Medusa or boosted Kratos is going to reliably outdive my Orions.
Are you boosting any of your postures at the moment?
No,
Or
I've
just
been
boosting in
neutral
general?
posture the last couple of turns, just to get a little more dive power out of it.
Oh, Nuggets.
There you go, Phil.
How's your game going?
Interesting.
I let SgtZdog see the fleet that I used against you.
Ah. You're a bad man.
I do really like the Medusa boosting Kratos. I used that the other day, and it was very nice. I enjoyed it immensely. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna kill a Kratos here that I can't get below with my Orions.
And I mean, even if you can get below it, it does have 10 guns pointing that way too.
Yeah. It's still dangerous from below as well. Just the Orions can't shoot at anything that's not at least on plane with them.
So the Orion is nice for trying to snipe and take out squishy or high priority targets. Trying to go for something that's got effectively 440 health in a given direction is a bit of an ask. Like trying to send Serestus to go and hunt Battlestars. Like, yeah. I mean, you can try, but don't expect an overall positive result.
Yeah. No, I know
have
Orions can do it. Just because they're higher accuracy and stuff, but...
Orion is taking damage.
What's the link to your stream, ZdOg?
I am streaming on Slytherin Group's page.
No bother. I'll look for that. I do have a little question in regards to some of the new mechanics. One of you people could answer.
Feel free.
So the new fighter identification thing, where they're hidden the first time they launch. I have understood that correctly, yes?
Yes, unless they're already in Dre's range anyway. But yeah.
Confirmed squadron
Yes.
target.
So what? So could I potentially, because I'm trying to build a fleet up, so could I potentially have enough time on the first turn to launch fighters, assign them to their squadrons, and then put some of them back in the hangars without them being seen?
That is an interesting question.
They will probably be ID'd before they can return to their hangars.
The unidentified mark will show up for the short time that it takes for them to return to the hangar.
That's a shame.
You might be able to pull it off if the other player is inattentive,
Yes, but
especially how quickly they will return to it. Like, it depends on how close you've still got the squadrons to the ship, and as a default defend order, they will be hovering close. There will be that brief moment, though, that they will be seen as unidentified.
I'm dropping every frame right now. That's
So I'm
cool.
only commenting because I might potentially be pulling one of you two, and you guys are certainly not inattentive.
Oh yeah, we are dropping over half of every frame right now.
Pick up the frames.
It's network problems. I do not know what to do about this because I already restarted the router and the modem.
Squadron is taking fire.
So Waggle,
That is me, yes.
do you know I've offered ZDog a spot as a guest character on our RPG if he ever wants it?
Why don't we talk about that later?
Yeah,
No, I just wanted
that
to
can be
let
discussed at a later date.
No, I wasn't going to discuss it. I'm just letting you know, just in case you need to run off
All right.
before.
I'm going to try lowering the bit rate significantly, see if that helps. I don't expect that it will. It looks like we may have stopped. I hope it stopped. That's super annoying. Hopefully the stream plays reasonably well. I'm gonna.
It's a bit iffy, from what I can see.
Did you just jump the Kratos again?
That's a very good question. If you didn't pay attention to it, I'm not going to tell you.
No, because I was looking at OBS. Let's see.
Also, it is not looking good for my raiders because I committed to that turn of shooting up the Orion. I really should have engaged and had faith in the nukes. I was thinking that you was going to go after the cluster nukes and try to save one of the Orions, but instead you went for the squadrons, which
I did say
was
one
the
of the
correct
Orions.
move. Those two Orions that were currently decloaked were the ones that the cluster nukes were going for.
Mm-hmm. And one of them lived. It's alright, the experience. I mean, it has no top armor and it lost like half its hull, but it lived.
You had 3 Orions total. 2 of them went boom.
Yeah, but you killed that first one with the guns when the Kratos jumped on it. Well, and the dive from them. Yeah.
Oh, gentlemen, do you know how I've both had issues playing you with me not being able to see munitions?
Yes, Commander.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I've just validated my files. 3 files missing, reacquiring.
I told you to
I'm on it.
validate the other day.
Yeah, I did, but it didn't show any files missing. But it is now. It's weird.
Come now, Garfield.
I blame Joker, because that's fair.
Is it?
Well, it's usually his fault when something goes wrong.
I see.
It's a nice change from it always being my fault.
No, it's rarely your fault, Waggle, unless you're talking about bullying players by being too good for us.
Mm. How you doing, ZDog? 3 seconds.
I got everything done. Of course, that virus mine that I can't do anything about is going to
Friendly
screw
squadron
me.
is dark.
I think it'll less screw you and more just be painful. Speaking of screwed,
Have you met Mr. RP Boy?
RP Boy would like to know your location.
That's right.
That complicates things a little bit, but
Yes, sir.
I suppose I'll just have to roll with it.
Yeah, it does look like even with that virus mine, it's going to be a case of too little, too late.
Yeah.
Though the Medusa's PDCs weighing into that fight's going to hurt.
I just need you to be in the least combat effective state possible at the end of that engagement. That's all I ask.
I'm on it, Commander.
Yeah. There's that massive bubble from that virus mine that's close to my ships. Like, that is
It's-
well outside the flag
that is
range. I mean, it's not
uncomfortable,
quite in
isn't it?
range to hit my ships. But that, like, you are not stopping virus mines with flag. Like, make no mistake. It's not happening. Mm. Man, you did mulch those poor Orions, though.
Mm-hmm. To be fair, were it anything Cylon other than a Kratos, you probably would have been onto something.
Oh yeah,
That is not something that you want to suddenly bump into in any circumstance.
no. It's a frame rate is also a bit janky, but I get it. It's one massive battle. Let me try bumping. Yeah, it is. It is Battlestar Galactica Deadlock. This is takes place during the first Cylon War.
Subsystem repairs are complete.
Let me try, since our network seems to be a little better, I'm going to try bringing the bitrate up a little bit. That should help out with the frame rate. We haven't dropped any more frames. Hopefully we just, the dropping of frames is done. That would be nice. How's this? Oh, took a nice little knock on that engineering. And how are you guys doing?
Interestingly enough, my Cerberus have not landed a single hit on your assault raptors so far.
I'm sure that comes as a great shock with those great big heavy guns.
Sure.
Are you? Not quite. Are you in range of them? No, not quite. Alright.
So say we all.
Okay. repairing the armory on this Orion, but it's not like it matters because you don't have any boarding craft anyway. I do like this fleet you've got. And that's is that using all of your points?
Pretty much all of them, yeah.
Because the only thing I might consider changing would be like swapping the cluster nuke out, but
I probably could have got something if I didn't have the cluster nuke, but honestly, I just wanted to use a cluster nuke.
yeah, that's
Can you really hold that against me?
No, I mean the cluster nuke is awesome, and certainly the Nemesis
And it
is...
Did bag 2 of your Orions, so I'd say that cluster nuke was worth.
Well, the cluster nuke only bagged 1, but the other one is pretty heavily softened for sure. Like, it has no top armor and half of its hull is gone. Definitely feeling some pain points there. That's gonna suck. That virus mine right there is gonna suck.
Got it.
Okay. So that's the end of your squadrons.
Yes, Commander.
Oh no, it's not quite the end. You've got 1 left there. Alright.
Yes, Commander.
That should be okay. Gotta get those positions exactly right. Don't want to have a collision.
Right.
Not that we know anyone that's had that happen to them.
Of course not.
I do really love putting 2 virus mines on the Medusa, though. I feel like it's just like the... like...
It feels like it was just made for that.
Yeah.
Let's have 2 rapid reload munition slots and a lower overall salvo size. Right, that's a slot for single-use munitions. Hey, look, we got virus mines now.
Yeah. And I mean, virus mines are like the pinnacle of support mine.
Yeah.
It takes a dump on squadrons, it takes a dump on capitals, just whatever your enemy has, this thing will impact. I guess not guided munitions. Or
I would
other munitions
really
in general.
like it if they could be diffused after they armed by raptors and war drivers.
I agree. I was testing. The disarm range is pretty large. That was a very short jump.
Yep, it's just looking to get a little lower.
Well, it does let you avoid the EMP mine.
Yes, sir. Got it. Yes, Commander.
Are you really firing a virus mine at the Orion?
Mm-hmm. Because in the grand scheme of things, you can take that Orion and you can run away and let your squadrons do work.
I can. It's true.
That needs to be dealt with.
So say we all.
the Kratos has enough firepower to single-handedly deal with those 3 ships over there.
You think?
Whilst the Artipam's online, yes.
I am curious to see if that ends up being true.
Because at the moment, I have a clean 800 meter range over you.
That is disturbingly true.
Mm-hmm.
I forget
But
you just got
there's
like
very-
so much range advantage just on everything.
There is a very high probability that you have this match in the bag.
On fighters.
Yeah, but it's going to be down to the Kratos and the ability to snipe out that Orion.
And this is where the Orion's cloak is gonna pay for itself in spades.
Orion is taking damage.
Am I low enough for them to bypass the flak?
Not quite. I mean, you're getting a few through for sure, because I'm kind of flick-flacked in the wrong direction.
On, Commander.
Oh, there goes the range advantage.
And more specifically, you don't have anything to oppose my ARPs too, which is also nice.
That being said, they don't have a reload at the moment, so
No, they have to go back and rearm right now, but
yeah, the Vipers are probably just going to mulch the Kratos before it gets to finish its job.
yeah, that's my hope. Still though, like this took a big turn sideways when that Kratos showed up. Like, ooh, that's nasty.
Yep. And I think all of this outcome was mostly around me choosing the wrong target with my Raiders when it came down to that nuke moment. Just one wrong decision is all it takes.
Yep. Yeah, definitely cleaning up that fighter battle. Because especially even if I went for the defend order, that would have meant you'd get free shooting in the fighter battle. And you would have been able to force it, you know, where you could easily put virus mines down and just so many things.
Since this is an official stream I'm watching, I'm trying not to hurl abuse at the Cylon player.
That's probably for the best.
That seems uncharacteristically reasonable of you, Garfield. Thank you.
Well, technically it would get ZDog into trouble, and that's not fair.
Uh-huh.
I definitely appreciate it. That's for sure. Let's see.
Cylons are still abominations, though.
They perhaps are. It is definitely possible. Oh, I think we have found a.
I think your Orion's got away.
Oh yeah, your Cerberus ain't outrunning an Orion, not by a lot.
And the problem is, it has range, but that inconveniently placed rock.
Oh, well, and The heavy guns are going to have a really hard time hitting the Orion at this range anyway. With it
Atlas is
having
taking
stealth
damage.
active. Did you... What do you even have on top? Oh, it's your tech bay. Hey, you're not going to jump anymore. That's nice.
Oh, that's alright, it's on 2-turn cooldown.
Yeah, I just... Like, that is where you will
Launching
stay
mines.
now.
I have 3 torpedoes and I will launch them at you.
I'm sure you do. You have 9...
Yep, 1 torpedo left in each slot. And I will launch them at you.
No, you have 5, 4, and 4. You have 13 torpedoes total. Do we have a desync on the number of torpedoes you fired?
Quite possibly.
That's interesting. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Got it.
But yeah, because of the Viper advantage, that's definitely game.
Yeah.
We're just watching my ships blow up now.
Which I'm very okay with. Like, this is
Mhm.
a situation of which I approve.
Yes, Commander. Atlas is taking damage.
I have to see if I can get this Orion to snipe a Serb, though.
Jupiter is taking damage.
Oh,
Scored a
that
hit.
Jupiter's probably coming with me.
Yeah, it looks like it probably is.
On it, Commander.
I mean, I'm going to try and save it just to see if I can, but...
Yes, Commander.
Well, and I guess also because it's got the ARP that I want to rearm.
Now, here's a curious question.
Uh-huh.
EMP mines, do they function like EMP generators? If any squadrons are in the radius when
No,
it
they do not.
explodes, do they get disabled?
They are
Ah.
purely against capitals. So it looks like you've
Okay.
avoided that EMP mine anyway.
Probably
You're going
not.
like away from it. The center of your ship is way far away. I don't think the arms will trigger the EMP mine.
Well, we'll find out one way or the other, won't we? Sorry. Still recovering from illness
Oh,
over
you're
it.
climbing. Well, oh, no, you are dead.
Orion is taking damage.
Bye, Jupiter. And of course, the ARP had just boarded, so bye, ARP. Ooh, that Orion is not going to be able to snipe your Cerberus. Ooh.
No. Because against capitals, heavy guns are distressingly accurate for
So say we
Cylons.
all.
That saddens me,
Got it.
the death of a Jupiter.
It saddens me too, is my Jupiter.
You were using that for Jupiter things.
That's right.
Still think the Kratos is too maneuverable for its size.
Nah. I think if it was any less maneuverable, it wouldn't be able to do Kratos things. Though, I don't know. I mean, the ability to get below even an Orion. I guess you probably wouldn't have been able to do that if you hadn't had the
I'm-
Medusa buff.
I'm definitely wondering about that, because I'm wondering if maybe you weren't always diving at full depth from the get-go if they were deployed with any kind of height or anything like that, or if it was really the jumps plus the Medusa navigation buff that all stacked just enough to make it work.
Yeah,
And
I could have
Kratos
dived a little
can
bit more. As I
dive
said, I wasn't
pretty
always
well.
neutral posture. Sometimes, they were offense and defense posture. I was always diving full depth, and they did start on the bottom. Because I can always come back up. But having to get lower is always a challenge.
If you could shoot an armor facing that is like
Not tapped out?
yes, that's the phrase that I'm looking for. That would be grand.
Sure. Come back up.
Did I get that Orion yet? 10 hull. Come on!
Nah, he's gonna be cheeky now.
Stop toying with your food.
He's gonna be cheeky now.
Like 4 hits. Sorry, no.
5.
Silent Heavies are 2 damage.
Yeah. So you need 5,
5
really
damage.
6
You've got some
once you throw the
engineering.
damage
Yeah,
reduction.
call it 6. Which is like 2 salvos that hit properly, and that Orion goes poof.
But you're shooting at an unID'd target, so
Yep.
without focus fire, it's not gonna go well.
Nope. I'm clicking the focus fire button and nothing is happening. See if I can't take
Oh,
an
you got
Atlas
one.
with me.
Is taking damage.
2. Oh no. Oh, and it looks like I've left range. You shot this armor out, too? Would you stop being mean to my poor Atlas?
This rate, I'm gonna take it with me.
I don't think you're in range for the missiles. Not quite. What about this one, though? Nope.
So say we all.
The ability to just be obnoxious with an Orion is very entertaining.
Atlas is taking damage.
Come on, buddy. You can make it. Complete that turn. Complete that turn. You can do it. And repair the tech bay for why not.
You are officially out of gun range.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was out of gun range last turn.
If I had the Medusa,
I'd still be in gun range.
yes.
Got it.
As it is, I'm almost out of gun range just on vertical difference alone.
Oh no, there's still quite a bit of leverage for vertical range.
Yes, Commander.
It's because of you being at a diagonal. Like if this is a horizontal shot or a vertical shot clean, you'd be in range, but because it's at a diagonal, you've got out the bubble.
Alright. Does the Atlas live? Probably not.
Atlas is
3,
taking
2,
damage.
1. Nope. There it goes.
So not as huge a loss as it could have been.
No.
I feel like if I'd have kitted out the Kratos with virus mines, I could have gone full hell on you. Like, 2 virus mines and a scrambler on that Kratos, and oh, the hell I could have unleashed with that.
Yeah, I mean, with the ability to outrange me with the guns already, and
And just cripple an entire fleet.
yeah, well, and also get below even Orions. The torpedoes suddenly don't look quite so important anymore.
There's not enough ramming going on.
Well, I would have rammed with that Atlas if I'd been able to get the front armor around, but I couldn't quite get it around in time.
Oh, that wasn't a criticism. That's just a general observation.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I was looking at it and going, Atlas on 10, on 10 and falling hull points anyway. Might as well.
When in doubt, ramming speed. That's a beautiful shot of a silent ship being shot at. It really is.
Yes. Speaking of shooting.
Got it. Yes, Commander.
Okay, so in the interests of time conservation, your squadrons and the Atlas is about to finish shredding the Cerberus, and the Cerberus has absolutely no way of finishing off that Atlas. And
No,
the other
not with the
Cerberus
fire
is
control
not-
getting shot out.
Yeah, and the other Cerberus is not going to catch that Orion, so then you've got to send your squadrons all the way over and then finish it off. I have no offensive options at this point. Are you content with me giving you the win on this?
Yes. That is.
In the interest of saving time.
That will let us
Congratulations on the
move
win, ZDog.
Thank you. Oh, good lord, yeah, this was like an hour-long match. That didn't feel
Exactly.
like an
Let's not overstay its welcome.
hour. That sounds reasonable.
GG.
We'll view the replay because I don't think it was quite as long in terms of that. Mostly. Did your like Nemesis barely avoid your torpedoes there? Let's catch that again.
Hairpin maneuvers right there.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, it like. Hang on before you fire those torpedoes. Let me get out of the way, sir.
Could have been a bit of a match decider if I'd have focused all three of those on a single target as well.
Yeah, you. Well, I don't think you'll quite clear an Atlas.
Oh no, it wouldn't be
Oh.
about clearing a target if I've stripped the nose off the Jupiter. The nose covers the armory.
Oh, except I think you were hitting the side armor. Like it still had time to complete the turn. I just couldn't do the flak because of the squadrons.
But yeah, having one of the armor coverings stripped off, and especially if it would have been the direction that you would have been facing with the mouse part, it could have been a decider as well. So that's 2 points that I could have done better in that match.
So I'm gonna back this up. We're just gonna look at one thing real quick here. I think with the Orions on not being neutral posture, you are outdiving them, even without your jumping. I don't think I like that.
That is Medusa buffed, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that's still a size 4 ship compared to a size 2.
Yeah, the Kratos diving speed has always been like, you know how you have some ships that just do things and you never really notice that they are pulling that off.
Yeah.
Because you've never really needed to pay too much attention to it beforehand. Like, the Kratos having such a high dive speed is something that I've just kind of taken for granted.
Yeah, you were pretty much more or less on level with me, and then you did the jump and just get completely below.
Yeah, because you see it with the Argos, because it spends its entire life running away. So it's immediately relevant, its dive speed. Whereas the Kratos is normally wanting to get personal.
Yeah. And I mean, I've definitely, I usually am able to get above, like, Battlestars and stuff. It just... I don't know that I'd ever... I'd never had the opportunity to try and get below an Orion with it. Because obviously Orions just came out. I don't know how I feel about the fact that this can outdive size 2 ships. Like, that's a pretty impressive claim there. So that's definitely the least performance I've ever gotten out of Orions, though. With the top damage being the one that survived at only 194. The other two's got eaten up so quick they barely shot at all. Props to the fighters for carrying me to victory, though.
Do you have someone else that you want? Blah, 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 blah. Speaking is hard.
I don't have
You
any
have
other
somebody
lined
else
up
that wants to go?
opponents.
But me, I'm here.
Garfield is here, though. So,
Garfield, if you want to take the match, you are welcome to. I do have another fleet to throw at you if you
I have a match
time after that one.
If he wants it.
So it's up to you on that.
I have a matchup if you wants it. Hold on, I need to shut off his.
I'm curious to see what Waggle's got, and we'll try and get to your match as well.
Don't worry, it's not as if you're going to take long to beat me.
As we
so what's
saw,
the
though,
goal? Who are
battles
you
can
playing?
sometimes go unexpectedly long. I will throw this up here, Waggle.
Oh, you wanted to go up against the other fleet that I had?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hedgehog? Yeah, Hedgehog looks nice. I'm gonna pick maps just so we don't get something like nebulas everywhere.
I love those matches.
Oh, they're fun, but when you're trying to show off new stuff that in a somewhat timely manner, they're maybe not ideal.
Bear with me. I'm trying to find where I've put this. Oh, I never actually gave it a proper name. That's why I struggled to find it. Yes, I've got it.
Is it still test 1235?
I called it 8K something.
That's
In
fair.
my glorious naming conventions, because I start to throw a fleet together with a random name, and then once I've created it, I give it an appropriate name. In this case, I forgot to do it because I am a numpty.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, that's right up there with the I have no idea what I'm doing, so, you know.
Wow, this is not the first time I've done this apparently, because I started searching for something, and now I've seen a 4K something. What is that?
Nice.
Ugh.
Where was the
Ugh.
fleet I was going to use? I had a fleet. Where was it? Is this it? This is it.
Yeah. I had a fleet once.
I had a fleet in mind. I had plans for this. Since we're at the hour point, I will go ahead once again and say thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Slytherin, for having me on. There is the publisher sale, so do check that out on Steam and on their Slytherin's website. That is awesome. There is an FOG2 tournament coming. So you will want to check that out. It looks like the link for that has flown off the top of the page. Oh, actually, I guess it's gone because I had to restart the streams. Let me grab that link again. Oh, it's this one. I do like this map.
Huh.
Where's the email? Here it is. So, for those of you who have the FOG2 as well, Field of Glory 2, there is that link for that tournament.
Confirmed.
Well, that's the first.
Launching raiders.
There we go. That was weird. I had in the multi-select,
Systems have
one of
been
my ships
updated.
didn't launch all squadrons.
Confirmed.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Waggle, have you thrown this fleet at me before?
Systems
The one
have
that I'm
been
fielding now?
updated.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Just something.
Question mark?
I've got this weird,
Sense of deja vu.
more familiar terror at that formation.
That's probably because it's a little bit similar in formation to my old tournament fleet, and I've instilled terror with that fleet to a lot of people over the years. And I can actually say over the years. Oh Christ, that's a thing.
That might be it.
Why are you saying that like it's a bad thing? It's awesome that this game has been able to stand the test of time that well.
I mean, yes, you are right. That is awesome. It's like the concept that I've been using a single fleet style for years. It's like, you know, when that just kind of hits you. It's like,
Yeah,
huh.
that's fair. Let's see. Yep. Okay.
Now, interestingly enough, I knew you were Cylon as soon as we started.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
if you
my
did-
ships were red.
yeah, there's that too. First player always gets pick of color.
Ah, this is an entertaining match. Cylons killing Cylons. How cathartic.
Let's see. Do this and this. And...
A little of this, a little of that, sprinkle a little of those.
That's right.
By your command. By your command.
Let's see. You don't have flak.
There's some very, very glaring bright blue beams that tells you what I am.
Yeah. That's why I know you don't have flak.
Hmm.
So, this is the Medusa, folks, that Waggle had last match. I do like how the RT-PAM ability, each beam is off a different antenna of the Medusa. It has 12 PDCs on the front. There's 4 up here, and then 2 clusters of 4 on the trunk.
The trunk.
I mean, I guess we could call it like
It's an
beard.
accurate word, I guess, but like I wasn't expecting it. It came out of nowhere. It's like, huh. I never thought of it as being like a trunk. I mean, you're
should
not
we call
wrong.
it the goatee?
I mean, you could maybe a pirate star goatee, perhaps.
Yeah,
One of those stupidly
long,
elaborate ones.
Pointed, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm a bit more partial to trunk because it sounds a bit derpy and I like it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could also call it like the dangly bits, but that seems somehow
Oh,
less
that
appropriate.
doesn't sound right.
Proximity munition detected.
All right, how many you got over here?
Those are
1,
raiders.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have equal squadron counts. That's fun.
Systems have been updated.
Alright.
Distribution complete.
I feel like this match is probably going to go much worse for me.
And we'll just have to find out. I've been doing a lot of experimenting lately. And experimenting doesn't always go your favour.
See, I can't decide. Do I want Cylons to kill the Cylons or the Cylons to kill the Cylons? It's a hard decision.
I vote that the Cylons win. On the other hand, I think I'd also have to vote that the Cylons should lose.
Those are fair arguments.
Yeah. Man, we've got great viewership right now, but everybody is so quiet.
Proximity munition detected.
Usually I prefer to be in chat when you stream so I can abuse you
Proximity
personally,
munition
but,
detected.
you know, as I said, I'm trying to be nice, and this is an official stream.
That's
I don't want anyone in trouble.
I feel like we have strikingly similar fleets with one major difference.
By your command.
Probably gonna regret this decision because I think there's a bug in the game still. That's gonna make this a painful choice. What I have just done. So unless I'm mistaken, that's an Arcos you have up top and back with 3 guided missiles. And of course that's 2 Serbs, providing all the fighters.
Oh, was my mic muted again?
Yep.
I was saying it could be anything. It could be nothing.
Given what I brought, and what I know of your fleet so far,
And given standard fleet formation for Cylons and what they tend to do, it's a fair guess that we both got a high rise in Argos. Come on.
yeah.
Come on!
There is this difference between your fleet and my fleet, though.
Yes.
Hostile unit identified.
Is that... Are those regular or the cluster variety?
Catch them and find out.
That didn't go quite as well for your Revenant, though, did it?
No. No, it did not. Jeez. I did, like, no damage to you, and you softened mine up, but good.
Confirmed. By your command.
So yeah, I think we're running like basically the same fleet, except where I bought 3 cluster nukes, you bought another Revenant.
It's starting to look that way, and 3 times it's a little bit of a... It's a little monk ass. It's a bit of a concern, one might say. Are you sure that that is completely necessary?
3 cluster nukes?
Like, I literally cannot believe you've done this.
But if I didn't do it, how else would I say nuke? I love how it doesn't even show all 3, like, not very clearly anyway, like, the second
Look.
2 have launched so close to each other, they're just 1 star with 2 nukes in it.
I'm getting flashbacks of that cluster nuke gif that I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... How many did you have in that? Like 6 or
9.
9? Yeah.
There were 9 in that gif. The maximum fieldable amount of cluster nukes. Oh god, I don't want to hit end turn on
Is
this.
that using... I'm trying to think, you probably get more...
4 base stars and a nemesis.
Oh, because the base star is 3, isn't it?
The base star is 2 munition slots.
Oh, 2, okay. I was thinking you might get more out of a... All of these things are going to come straight back at me and be completely uninterceptable. Like, this is going to be the downside. Is I don't think...
Your war driver's lucky.
Yeah.
It survived 2
10.
Revenants, a Medusa, and a Cerberus's worth of firepower.
Yeah, I'm not sure how my Medusa's about to fare, though, with a whole bunch of uninterceptable cluster nukes coming back.
Things are definitely happening there.
Like, that may be the downside of this right
Like,
here.
I've got a few missiles that might be coming back to me, and it's gonna suck a little. But I think I've got the better end of this redirection engagement here, if I'm completely level with you.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
I appear to have bought a baseball bat to our game of ping pong.
This is not going to end well for me.
This is one thing that I do love about Cylon vs Cylon matches. All of the ECM equipment that they've got in play makes for a lot of shenanigans once the missiles start flying.
Yeah.
I like it for a different reason.
More Cylons blow up. It is nice.
Exactly.
Everyone loves watching Cylons explode.
Camazar, you should definitely go into the Fog 2 tournament. Like, I know for the Battlestar Galactica Deadlock tournament, we filled up, but we were getting towards the point where we could open up another half bracket, if I recall.
Yeah, we was getting some reservists signing up on there. That was a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be so terrible at the tournament.
That's okay. Lots of people were.
If you acknowledge that there's a munition besides torpedoes, Garfield, you'll do surprisingly well.
I'm not saying that there aren't other munitions. I'm just saying it's heretical to use anything else than torpedoes.
Different doctrines, Garfield. Different doctrines.
All right.
You need the right one for the right situation. Sometimes torpedoes are the answer.
I'm curious to see how many of these cluster nukes score hits.
I'm not. because quite a
Oh, ooh, that's gonna leave a mark on that Revenant at least.
yeah, that hurt.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Most of the cluster nukes got bounced back at you. And
Wait, is this
now,
ping ponging again?
all but one of them, it looks like.
Are we doing this?
Recalling squadron.
Well, and if I recall, a munition can only get redirected once by each team. So now you get to keep them. Tag
never asked for
your
this.
it, I believe, is the appropriate phrase.
I never asked for this.
Calculating.
I got incredibly lucky there, bouncing
Be
back
honest.
that many of those
Mhm.
cluster nukes. Like, it's still only
Yeah.
60% odds. And that was most of them.
And the Raiders did a subpar job on the primary reinterception. Like of actually shooting down the cluster nukes that was coming through. They didn't do the best job. Could
No.
have done better.
I mean, you completely protected the one there.
They will not get a favourable review on Yelp.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't think they ever do. Not for interception, anyway. I am a little bit surprised though. Like I did manage to come out ahead on that munitions exchange. Of course, you'll get to fire again before I will. I'm stuck reloading for a hot minute.
Yeah, this went from controlled to a hot mess so quickly.
Now, for me, it went from an interesting engagement to a hot mess to, well, at least it's no worse of a hot mess. Wait, they are coming back
No.
again.
No, you can have them back. I'm
Projectiles
good.
bearing constant.
No! And none of them got redirected by the war driver. You'll notice.
Like-
None of them.
I'm good, thank you.
Launching proximity munitions.
I have a feeling this is going to end up being the end of my Revenant.
Confirmed.
Oh, so many subsystems are having to be jumped about right now.
This is probably also going to be just generally the end of my fight here, because you're going to get essentially free shooting with your squadrons. so much free shooting.
Yeah, you've got the old choice of protect the Revenant or protect your squadrons.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, protect the squadrons isn't gonna work anyway because it's still in range of the Medusa and 2 Revenants. Like that's not gonna work.
Things are most certainly happening right now.
Oh hey, look, 2 of them did still return to sender. This is going to die.
Squadrons
Ow.
offline.
Ow. Medusa hull compromised.
Target acquired.
There are so many red bubbles.
Shoot the Cylon, shoot the Cylon.
Do do do.
Do 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 do. Just random jingles from now on. Why not?
I can't think of a reason not to.
Mm. So I was kind of hoping that the right armor would absorb some of those hits, but the right armor is
Calculating.
attached to the upper hull of the Medusa, whereas the spire itself is entirely the bottom armor. So
Yeah.
And one of them just slipped into the front, which is awfully inconvenient.
I mean, you've still got enough to fire your virus mines, so
To be fair.
You're still gonna end up winning that squadron battle though, and that is just going to be the end of me. Like,
Yeah, that is definitely looking a little mulchy.
where? I mean, I've got my virus mines coming in, so that'll help. But
Like, with all the background mines and all of these bubbles, like, it is getting physically difficult to see what's happening in that engagement, which is fun. Like, there is so much going on.
By your command.
there's a lot of virus mine bubbles there.
It's bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
I guess 2 of these are your war drivers, but
Most of my turn has been spent figuring out what's what.
yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Projectiles bearing constant.
Oh, jeez. Phew. Thought that virus mine was going to end up hitting your, bumping into the Medusa and wasting itself, and I was going to be really sad. Did I seriously not kill your 2 war drivers? That's annoying.
By your command.
Revenants with power diverted to tech wave. What a time to be alive.
Well, it's
We
not
are
like you need
witnessing.
their
We
engineering
are
right
witnessing
now.
a first.
Don't need engineering, so heck, you don't even really need navigation too terribly much. I mean, I probably would still leave them navigation just to have them go have their offside guns threaten my capitals, but and heck, with full tech bay boost and a Medusa, they actually make halfway decent scouts compared to Colonials. 8,150 meters of Dratus range.
Yeah, Revenants make almost half decent recon with with Medusa buffing. Oh, words are just escaping me today. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's fair. Wording is hard.
English is hard, yes.
We'll take blowing up of things over wording. Much preferred. So it's good to see that the tooltips don't make it look like the virus mine and war driver debuff stack.
I think I've done everything I need to. I'm not sure at this point.
Calculating. Confirmed. Target acquired.
Well, with the war drivers knocked out, maybe I can win this. I think at this point we're pretty much at a burn race. Oh no, you don't have both war drivers knocked out. One of them's docked. Oh no.
Oh no. How could you have let this happen?
How could this happen to me? I think I've got enough cluster nuke munitions going out to at least knock out that damaged Revenant. The undamaged one will probably survive this.
Mayhaps.
What's the total damage of the cluster nuke again?
40 per cluster.
6 clusters, 240 damage. Okay. One, in that case, I might knock out both of them. Are you kidding? 16. 16 hit points.
Huh.
Huh.
That's interesting.
What?
I didn't see that nuke launch.
Oh, really? Hmm.
Because otherwise, if I've been waiting for the past 3 turns for that nuclear missile launch, and I've been ready to have a squadron break off for it.
Calculating.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
see you've
see
got that
or have
squadron on the way
I
right
didn't
now.
see or hear notification of a missile launch, and all of a sudden, one Revenant is destroyed, the other one is at 16 hull.
I have a feeling that this may be a patch that gets a patch release fix.
Hmm.
Launching war drivers. Calculating.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have had them sat at 11 engineering instead of like 34 either. I would have changed that.
Yeah, those priorities would have been slightly different. Woo, where did that
A little
camera go?
bit.
Launching proximity munitions. Launching proximity munitions. Distribution complete.
Ooh, my camera's just going like everywhere.
Confirmed.
How many squadrons you got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5.
Well, on my screen I have 8, and all of them are at 40 or higher health.
Yeah. I'm definitely losing that squadron battle. Well, I guess maybe not if you're, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's, yeah, full 240. I might knock out your Medusa here. I don't know where his, oh, there's his current. Mine's sort of headed off towards the Serb and my Medusa.
Collision detected.
Uh-oh. Oh, it was detecting your front Revenant.
It was probably,
gonna
yeah,
go
the
into
Revenant
back,
thing.
or the back
Right.
Revenant was going to go into the front. Woo-wee! Oh, man. That war driver's already on bubble. Oh, man. Because, of course, I docked it with the bubble on, and so the war driver's bubble is still on. Saving me right there. Saving me.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
Yeah, like my Medusa's at 47 hull. Like, where'd that come from?
Well, the rest of the nukes.
Oh, right. Those.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I should have pointed that out since you couldn't see the nukes, that you still
yeah.
had nukes incoming. Otherwise, I would have definitely killed those 2 Revenants, but no, it was because it was split over the 3 targets.
Systems have been updated.
Yowza. Camera has lost all sanity. That's fine. We don't need the camera, do we?
Says the men playing as soulless machines.
That's right. I am enjoying showing off just how much fun cluster nukes are, though. Big chunky amounts of damage, 240 points a pop. Regular nukes, just so everyone knows, did get lowered to 120 points, which is pretty nice. Means that you actually get pretty solid damage out of them still, at a much more reasonable price. Especially with torpedoes going up to 60. Makes them pretty feasible to bring along. Return to sender!
Hostile unit identified.
I invoke the article of No You.
By your command.
This has been an interesting match to watch.
It has indeed.
It'd be interesting to do a side-by-side replay to show you what I see compared to yours, but I've not got that kind of thing set up for the moment.
Yeah.
Distribution complete.
I think I've done everything I can here. Oh, no, not quite. All the little bubbles of, no, you don't do anything, fighters. Do not do anything at all.
Just so much bubbles. And now that I've actually got Draydus lock on the Argos, I can see the nuclear
Projectiles
launch.
bearing constant.
Can you? That's good.
Distribution complete.
I'm wondering if the War Driver will catch that in time. Pretty sure the answer will be no.
Yeah, probably not those.
Confirmed.
Oh, apparently both of my war drivers did actually get back.
Huh?
It just, where the land with 0 of 2.
Oh,
I didn't notice. I thought it was a dead squadron.
I did
And they've been
too.
slowly repairing to the point that I
It's
didn't
now at
actually
1 or
notice
2.
until
Yep, I see that.
I did a
Oh.
drag select and I accidentally clicked launch all fighters instead of focus fire, and it says launching war drives. I'm like, wait,
What?
like, oh,
Run
I
that
should
by
start
me again,
repairing
would ya?
those. I should start repairing those.
Oh man, that might save you the game. That might save you this game.
And that Revenant's a write-off.
Yeah, no, that's gonna
Which
eat
sucks.
it here.
It shouldn't be, but it is. It is what it is.
It is the Nyx. Which I can't remember where Cylons have the names on the Revenant.
Silent ships don't have the names on them.
Oh, do they never have it? I thought they did. Or at
Nope,
least
don't
a
think
little bit. Alright. It's just a serial number anyway. Who would want that on their ship?
Naming a ship shows pride and craftsmanship in its building. What would soulless machines know about that? Seriously, you just make these too easy for me.
Well, don't want you to get bored.
It's not boring. I'm watching two superior players play a game that I like. That's entertaining.
Now, is this little gambit gonna pay off?
Ooh. Glad I also turned.
Hmm.
Launching proximity munitions.
Oh man. I think getting those 2 war drivers docked is going to save you this match.
All compromised. Squadron is offline.
The hacking is just going to be like, and we will all go down together.
Just everyone becomes bricks. Oh, is that it? Have I finally got all your squadrons? Well, all of your combat
close.
squadrons.
Yeah.
Systems have been updated.
So now the War Driver does its redirection shenanigans, the Raiders do protection, and the Argos just vomits missiles at you until the problem's solved. Assuming my interpretation of events is correct.
Yeah. Man, I thought I maybe had this until you had 2 War Drivers left, and I was like, oh, well,
Haha, surprise.
never mind. Because the sheer damage output of the cluster nukes, I think, would have closed this up for me. I am surprised your Argos survived with so many hit points remaining, though.
I did a full shift to engineering, and it was boosted.
Yeah. I don't know. I
And
would have
the
dumped
War
more
Driver
nukes
did-
at it
the War Driver
if I
did
thought I was
catch a
going to
few.
live. But you do have points for an armor-piercing missile. Does help armor-piercing missiles went down to 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
Cerberus hull compromised.
What? Okay. I didn't know there was still a nuke out.
Projectiles bearing constant.
That's fine.
Repair sequence initiated.
Why, did something happen?
Yes, there
Distribution complete.
was just a nuke impact on the top of my top Cerberus.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a thing that occurred.
Yeah.
Calculating.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me how the match is going, ZdTog.
Apparently, yeah.
Need you to give me a play-by-play here, buddy.
So this game's been going on for quite a while.
It has.
And the amount of ships that's still alive annoy me.
Well, you know, we're drivers causing shenanigans for both of us. The number of virus mines you have in the way is really annoying. Maybe if
Yeah,
we just
most of them didn't get triggered.
Yeah. I guess at least they went for hacking the armory on those 2 Cerberus first.
Armory does seem to be a favourite option of the virus mine, which is really nice when you're throwing them at Battlestars. Less so for other things.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing
Go ahead.
more horrifying to see start going down on a Battlestar than fire control is armory.
Yeah. God, you've got 3 virus mines all hacking my poor Cerberus there. At least you can't chuck any more at me, but I don't see a way that gets me to killing that far
Argos hull
Cerberus.
compromised. Medusa
Come
hull
on.
compromised.
There we go.
Man, you should see what's on my screen with all of these cluster nukes clusters that are just circling around my Argos.
Yeah, that's fair.
Systems have been updated. Confirmed.
Hey, your cluster nukes are back up.
They
Wonderful.
are. Guess what I'm firing this turn?
Cluster nukes.
That's a good guess.
Confirmed.
Meanwhile, my forward Cerberus is
Target
considering that
acquired.
existence is currently pain. But hey, it has its hangar.
Yeah. What? That must just be the way it's curving, surely? Yeah, that's
What?
just the way it's curving. Okay.
Confirmed. Confirmed. By your command.
You know, I don't normally consider a Medusa for its guns, but sometimes.
To be fair, 12 PDCs is no joke.
No, it's not. It's certainly not. You know, I devoted cluster nukes to that Cerberus that I'm about to kill anyway, and I shouldn't have bothered. Isolated Rainbow asks, Waggle, is this the same fleet you used against me a couple weeks ago?
This is a variation. The one before this one that I used against you was the one with the torpedo craters. Although, this might actually be one that I've used against Isilrain.
This is gonna be a neck and neck match for sure.
Subsystem is operational. Argos hull compromised.
You're still alive?
Apparently my Argos took no damage that round. Does that tally with you?
It's at 139 hull. It's got basically no bottom armor.
Doesn't need it.
Calculating.
Oh, jeez, and you redirected so many nukes back at my Medusa. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Panic! And I'm pretty sure I got your War Driver.
You did, yes.
Outstanding. So I used a combination of War Driver redirection and a couple of Raiders protecting the Argos, which is why it should have took relatively minimal damage.
Yeah. No, it took nothing. That's probably going to be the end of my Medusa. But we'll see if we can save it.
How destructively phased.
Hello. Oh, good. Discord finally had a connection. Good.
Ooh, that's loud.
Oh, me. Oh. Oops. Yeah.
How is your... Oh, just that your Argos is still alive.
It is under protection. There is some weird things happening on my screen, but the
Yeah.
logic of the orders that I'm giving it should be keeping it alive, and it apparently is. So I
So-
will take that.
I have a theory that it's possible to get a squadron up to 100 evade
No.
in co-op multiplayer. If one side
Oh.
goes Cylon,
Yes, with the
and-
Gorgon boosting, maybe.
as a defender should get a Zerg's hanger up to 60 evade, and then the Gorgon can push the squadron the rest of the way to 100.
Yeah. But I mean, it's only in co-op. and
Yeah, that'd only be
it's
possible
Yeah.
in
not
co-op.
really worthwhile anyway.
No.
Like, there's a lot of edge case things that you can do, which are fun for shenanigans, but you can't use them in a practical sense. It's fun to do those shenanigans and just to see how far something can be pushed, but
Yeah.
in actual like matches or in the single player properly, you can't do it.
No.
There goes
Although
my Medusa. I did score one whole hit on your Cerberus.
You're gonna have to see some of these screenshots once I'm done.
I mean, with now the defender, I've been going over and it's like, okay, how far can you take certain ships and certain mechanics now with the defender for the colonials? And it's like the newest max range is now a berserk at 175 fire control. Although we can't actually get that in the single player because you don't get a defender until Ghost Fleet and Nash doesn't have the +1 posture.
Distribution
Be
complete.
mindful of any spoilers, by the way. Just
Oh.
preempting that.
Yeah, that's why I forgot Garfield was in here. That's why I posted mine.
And also that you're live currently. Yeah.
Oh,
Systems
I
have
didn't see anybody streaming.
I am streaming on Slytherin Group stream. We are actually technically over time right now.
I did not see any. I did
Right.
not see a streaming Battlestar on SgtZdogs, so I did not know. And I forgot that he posted the announcements.
Yes, I guess I did forget to actually tag everyone.
Yeah, you forgot.
And I've been just sitting here waiting for a game.
We are technically over time, but fortunately, since no one's after us, I will just keep going.
Mind you, I have been enjoying watching Cylon shoot each other.
calculating.
Yeah, seriously, ZDog, once this is all said and done, you need to see some of these screenshots.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure I have just so many desync
Just
munitions circling your
Desyncs in
ship.
games in general make for some incredible screenshots.
Has your war driver been going around intercepting them?
It's had a go here and there.
Yeah. If it makes you feel any better, on my screen it has not had to do so. However,
For reference, I have an orbit of about 12 cluster nukes submunitions that is kind of taken residence with my Argos and are following me around.
oh, that's beautiful.
So, like,
that's
that's the
interesting
thing.
though, because this means that you essentially don't know where your war driver's true location is.
Also a distinct possibility.
So on my screen, it's currently orbiting at the forward starboard quarter.
That
Front
is
right
that also checks with me, yeah.
Does it? Okay, that's good. Yeah, I would expect the game to at least have things synced up.
I did a match against Fourth once, and I ended up with the same problem, except for me. I was playing Colonials, so as Colonials, if you find yourself focusing on a single ghost munition, they won't stop focusing it, and they will just ignore everything else.
You've just said you got it, and that concerns me. Is that the virus mines?
Yeah, the virus mines.
Yeah, just looked dream.
It's a little entertaining because I just tried to use disarm on the war driver, and I can disarm one of the random mines that's wandering around.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have the like mines that start on the map that we've both avoided.
Yep.
They did make for some interesting terrain. I feel like they were the right balance of adding in terrain without like screwing with how this match was gonna go. Where is the armory subsystem on a... Is it on top?
It may be. Oh no, .jpg.
I mean, I have one chance at winning this.
And it's with the next salvo that you fire, probably.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing 0 out of 1 on your nukes.
Yep.
Is what I'm seeing right now.
They've got 1 or 2 turns that they need to finish arming. How many turns between firing does the Argos replenish? I believe it's 6.
6 without any kind of support. It can be 5 on edge cases. But if you get the Medusa, that changes to 4/5 depending on how the timing goes. So, my raiders have just spent a turn attacking your Argos. And your top armor's at 49.
I moved towards them.
So what, did they just hit the left or right armor or something?
No, they just didn't get to do much actual shooting.
Oh, they had that thing, right, yeah.
Yeah, they basically, their strafe time wasn't long enough.
Messing with the pathing, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay. I know what's about to happen. Okay. Well, still at 0 of 10 on the cluster nukes this turn.
Not Cerberus is just going to spend the rest of its life running away. It has no desire to engage with those 2 fully operational Cerberus. Would that be plural? Cerberus?
Cerberuses?
I think it'd be Cerberus.
Cerberus.
Phased, I've got a game up if you want it, because their game's taking ages.
Yeah,
It is.
sure.
It doesn't help that I'm having to map probability charts for my moves at this point.
Yeah, right. That's about the long and the short of it. I'm glad that there's nobody after us that we can just keep going and finish this out.
The lad you're looking for is Evil Bubbles. Phased.
Oh yeah, I know. I've fought you in the past. I might want to build it. I might want to build a new fleet because now some of the point changes and stuff.
There
like
we
that,
go.
and
Now
new
they're
ships.
starting to shoot you a bit.
Yeah.
Trying.
I haven't built a new fleet.
Oh, hey,
in
they're
the
online.
expansion. So
Really? Let's see. There.
Distribution complete.
Oh no.
Not like this.
Pretty much, yeah.
can I have a minute to build a new fleet, Garfield?
Pardon?
Can I have a minute to build a new fleet?
Take your time. The game's just sitting there.
Okay.
I was going to say, if you two are playing a match yourselves, you want to hop down to another channel?
Yeah, I was just about to do that.
Sweet.
Confirmed.
Do you still have virus mines between me and your Serb too? That's annoying. All right. For honor and glory. This is probably going to be the turn that decides it, or the repercussions of this turn anyway.
Proximity munition detected. Argos hull
Oh no! Oh, okay. All right. Did you see that, Waggle? Waggle, did you see what happened?
There were some things that happened on my screen. I was muted. Sorry. Did you just jump into your own nuke?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Wow. Like, just running the odds on you managing to jump in front of a nuke that you just fired? Wow.
Well, and almost what's worse is that it looks like you've redirected like an entire cluster back onto the Argos, onto my Argos. Like I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, an entire cluster nuke got redirected back onto my Argos as it was blowing up from your war driver, and so they're just going off into space and wasted too. Sadness.
Yeah, some things happened in rapid succession there.
I was trying to... I couldn't quite jump all the way into you. So I was like, okay, I'm going to fire nukes at each target.
The Cerberus has its own little orbit of nukes as well now, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured I was like, okay, I'm going to fire nukes at each target. I could get close enough that with your forward motion, I might have been able to get the ram, just a regular ram, not an FTL ram, but a regular ram on your Argos. I was like, okay.
Because I was needing to get the better armor onto you just in case of hits.
Yeah, and it's just like, all right, I might maybe be able to kill his Argos off and just drown his Cerberus in nukes. Anyway, you're probably going to be able to just close this out with the war driver since I'm now out of munitions.
My Cerberus war driver has an unhandled status. It is confused at the situation.
Oh, well, it is on my screen. It looks like it's working on intercepting my cluster nuke, which blew up right before it could finish blowing it up. However, you immediately redirected 3 of the 5. That just about killed one of my things. Yeah.
It looks like about an additional lots of cluster nukes are going for my Cerberus, and I don't know how accurate that is.
Just 2.
Cool. There is 1, 2, 3, 4,
You've
5,
got,
6, 7, 8,
with
9.
With engineering boost, you've got enough to take it on the top armor alone.
Yeah, I'm just looking at 9 coming to join the cult of nuke swirl around the Cerberus.
So that's how many were supposed to be joining it.
Ah.
There should have been, because what I did is I set 1 cluster nuke to go just against your Cerb, 1 cluster nuke to go just against the Argos, and 1 cluster nuke to split. That way, that your war drivers would have maximum difficulty with the interceptions. And it didn't work out that way. It looks like what happened was the one that went after the Argos fired first, popped and hit the back of my Argos, but not until after my Argos got the other 2 off. The second one to fire was before it jumped, and it went after your Cerb. And the third one fired off right after I jumped, and your war driver, and it popped right away, and your war driver redirected all of them back at my Argos. So, GG. That wraps that up.
Yes. No, It's just a game of the Raiders chopping things up and the Argos vomiting some more missiles. So I think that's a thing.
I have. Oh, I guess I could even like dive my.
Oh, but the thing
Cerberus
is, if you disconnect, I don't think you'll get the replay.
Yeah, that's why I'm not disconnecting.
Right.
Buffering? No, not buffering. We'll do the replay, folks. You guys can see the wild shenanigans. Yeah, we do seem to have some more skipped frames, and there's some more latency to broadcaster going. I do apologize for the difficulties with network trouble, folks.
Gentlemen, just popping back in to tell you, remember the question asked about fighters?
Which question? But
About
otherwise,
launching them the first turn with the new mechanics, put them into squadrons, but then pulling them back in.
Uh-huh.
I've just checked with phased, so they don't pop up until the end of the second turn. So you can actually hide fighters by pulling them back in once you've assigned them to squadrons. Just thought you'd like to know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not sure why you'd bother. You can just do it.
No, but
later.
this so they don't know exactly what you've got.
But you can just assign the squadron groupings once you've got, once you actually want to use them. There's no need to, oh, we are dropping more frames. No!
Just to let you know.
Man, I am going to be calling the ISP.
One thing that you could do with the launch and redock immediately is you could launch regular Raptors, fire at max range, redock.
Yes. But I mean, that's something you can do already. Alright, we're going to try lowering the bit rate back down. Nope, we're just dropping all the connection. That's cool.
Just dropping the frames all over the show.
Yeah, it's back at 65% of frames are being dropped. Can I make it to the mines? There's
Is your Cerberus attempting to commit Sudoku?
Yes, he is. I mean, I'm just waiting for you to kill it anyway. I even depowered the engineering.
Reloading as fast as it can.
Yep.
I'm also hacking your navigation so you can't reach it.
Compromised.
Mine!
Oh.
Oh, it's gonna take you so many turns to get there now. Raiders, I'm gonna get the kill. And I've done some minor repairs on the other war driver, that's coming to help too.
Cerberus hull compromised.
I'm pretty much just skipping the turns until I got a missile reload.
Cerberus hull
Yeah.
compromised.
So watching this nuke circle orbit on my Argos is unsettling.
That is entertaining, yeah.
Hang on. How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 that are visible, and I think there's 2 more that's just about to... Yeah, I think there's 21 on the Argos orbit. That is extremely unsettling.
Cerberus hull compromised.
Oh, looks like the Raiders have got you.
Yep, and I was going to, well, I was gonna go ahead and do the replay on this match, but with dropping 65% of frames, it's super stuttery.
Do you think you could give it a quick restart just to do the replay?
I mean, it's like a 2-minute delay, and we're just about a half hour over anyway.
Your call.
If people are getting audio, which I don't think you are, sorry about the troubles. We're gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you for Slytherin for having me on. Good lord, this is bad. You know what though? I have had perfectly fine communications with you this whole time. So this has pretty much been the connection to wherever the Restream IO server is. Well, I'll have to get with my ISP, see if that can't get resolved. Alright, I'm calling it here. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. I'll see you guys next time.